All right, let's shift our focus now to the next piece of breaking news now that we put out. This is something that, remember, we told you a little while earlier here on Republic, and a big scoop then coming in from London when it comes to not just a fugitive called Vijay Mallya, but also the other one that you see on your screens, that is Lalit Modi. Remember, both of them meet. They meet at the palatial residence of Vijay Mallya in London, and curious enough is the presence of two politicians. What we are given to understand is that one of them also happens to be an ex-chief minister. Our colleague Shavan is with us, breaking more details of that story. Shavan, why will two fugitives be meeting a neta, or vice versa? Why should netas be wanting to meet fugitives?
Well, Deepthi, essentially what emerges at this point is that there is a pattern. You look at how Lalit Modi, who's basically exerted his own influence on Interpol to ensure that the notice that was actually issued against him gets dropped. Then you have another person called Nirav Modi, who was also, now we're given to understand, that has been taking some sort of a legal opinion from Vijay Mallya's own, Vijay Mallya's legal team. That in itself gives you an idea that perhaps there is a pattern that is essentially emerging. What is even more shocking today is the fact that you have two ministers. You have one ex-chief minister and one ex-union minister who actually met Vijay Mallya, that we are given to understand that this particular meeting took place in London, that a few weeks before the extradition hearing actually took place. The question here is that today, when Mr. Mallya comes up and drops a bombshell, he is essentially trying to create a political furor and also trying to send across a message that if you basically try to get me to India, then there are more names that are going to be dropped. That is the kind of a message perhaps that Mr. Vijay Mallya is trying to send out at this point in time, because look at the way he actually
All right, Shavan, for the moment, thank you. But I also want to take it to our colleague Niranjan on the same story. Niranjan, I think it's a season of meetings, and this is, I think, one meeting that the opposition is not wanting to talk about. And one of the netas who was present in that meeting, Niranjan, we are given to understand, was an ex-chief minister also.
That's correct, Deepthi. We can confirm from our topmost sources that in that meeting were present not just two former union ministers. Among them, one was also a chief minister in the past. So two former ministers, of which one was an ex-CM, and we can confirm to our viewers that in the meeting that took place at at Mallya's London Lady Walk mansion. This was a meeting that took place in Mallya's Lady Walk London mansion, just outside London. Were also present Lalit Modi and these ministers. So Lalit Modi, along with Vijay Mallya and two other ministers. Now this is significant because this tells you that there may be a few people in Indian political circles who are nervous about the possibility of Vijay Mallya being brought back. Remember, the verdict, the judgment is on the 10th of December, and we all know that India has a strong case against Vijay Mallya. There are possibilities, and even in the arguments, it has been argued that if the jail conditions are okay, Vijay Mallya may be extradited to India. Now, ahead of an imminent extradition, some people seem to be nervous, and in the context of the developments, especially in court, a meeting has taken place in Mallya's London mansion, and in that meeting, once again reiterating facts from India, you had two former union ministers, one of whom was a former chief minister in the past. Two former union ministers meeting with Mallya and Lalit Modi, and we hear from our sources that both of them had something to do vis-a-vis activity, including business, with Mallya and Lalit Modi in the past, Deepthi. This is